We are ready to get going here in the semi-finals of the British Open, and the top of the draw, a belter of a semi-final. Tom Cousins, the #1 player, up against the WEPF World Masters champion Declan Brennan, and this was the WEPF World Masters final, one of the classic matches we have ever seen on Ultimate Pool TV, and they are going to go and do battle again. And it is going to be Declan Brennan with the first opportunity. Race to 10, as it has been all throughout the British Open. 70 minutes on that match clock. And joining myself on commentary is Danger Mouse. Liam White, how are you?
I'm alright, Simon. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to this match. I wasn't in Morocco when they last played, so and I didn't end up watching it, but I've seen the highlights back, and if it's anything close to that, then we're in for a treat.
Yeah, it was a special match. It really was. Obviously, ended up 10-8 to Declan Brennan, but no pots missed between them. Just high quality. Just doesn't matter where the ball was, how tough it was. They were both just slotting them home, and blow for blow, big packed crowd. It was Declan that got the victory, as well as winning the World Team Shootout, the World Team Championships, and making the finals of the pairs. The only disappointment for him in Morocco, as he tries to develop things in his first frame, was a last 16 exit of the World Championships at the hands of Josh Kane.
That was a great shot to open up the two bad balls. You expect him to get out from here, but just got to take care on this shot. I think these two have, for the last couple of months, have been the form players for me, alongside probably Luke Gilbert as well.
Definitely feel that Declan's rediscovered the form, hasn't he? From around the middle of last year onwards, he's just been dangerous throughout. Lots of semis. He's made a final recently at the Pro Series. Just feel like he's back in the form to go and win again on the pro ranks. Obviously, the Masters wasn't a pro title, but obviously a major title.
Yeah, and it's just, there's no coincidence. It's when he's more settled and happier off the table. It's
in Ultimate Pool terms, at least here on Ultimate Pool TV, it's 4 matches played and 4 victories for Declan Brennan.
right. There won't be many players who've got that record against Tom, if anyone.
Yeah, won't be many at all.
That was another sledgehammer break, and he's just looking to. I don't know if he can back cut this first red end that he's closest to. And if not,
Considering the quality of the break, he doesn't have a good ball.
no, he might have to try to play this one into the right centre. It's a big shot.
Oh, brilliant. And now he's in amongst it. He can now pick a route, and it's a good layout all of a sudden.
Yeah, and obviously when you talk to a lot of people and they say, oh, Tom's got the biggest break and things like that, but just because he's got the biggest break, I think don't underestimate how good he is with his pattern play, and like them shots that he's just played there, a lot of players miss that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they kind of blame the break and think, oh, I got really unlucky, I didn't land where I wanted to. I think Tom's incredibly good on the first shot or two after the break, and sometimes that can go unnoticed. You hear a lot of people talking about how many easy chances he gives himself, and he does. You know, he has a big break, as a number of players do. His is as big as anybody. But there are times when you think the chance is better than it is because his first shot was so clever, and it can go somewhat unnoticed.
Yeah, just like them little shots there, it's effortless cueing, and he knows how good he is and what what suits him, and he just plays his own style. And one of the good things I like about Tom is it doesn't matter whether he's playing a Malin, a Brennan, myself, or like whatever standard of player, he's the same.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just playing the frame, isn't he?
Yeah,
just playing the game.
Because you do get players that sort of tweak the style to depending on who they're playing and so on. He just doesn't entertain it. He just plays like he's playing in his house.
Yeah. Casual nature, float around the table, knock him in. If you don't knock him in, get on with the next frame and try and knock him in there. Really simple attitude towards it. Really is. I love the game. It's good to see Declan with this break. I think halfway through his quarterfinal, he was, well, at the start of his quarterfinal, he was cut breaking, then changed to this one halfway through. And for me, this is his better break. He didn't quite hit this one as clean as he likes, and he was a bit fortunate to keep the cue ball on the table, but the outcome's okay.
Yeah, he's just got to work out how he's going to go about developing the 8-ball so it's got a pocket. And you saw after the break he was initially looking at some point he may play the red off the yellow, which is an option. He's got on it early. That's a great shot.
Red ball's in play.
He couldn't have picked the white any better there.
That's the work done. Now let's pick the route.
Just make it look so simple, and it's about the vision and the pattern play, isn't it? That's all it is.
Yeah. The puzzle. Ideally, I think you wouldn't want to leave the red by the cue ball now. It's part of what he may be thinking about. But had the angle there to go up the table, couldn't really hold on it. But that red by the 8-ball, it's not the greatest to get onto the 8-ball. If he could have dealt with both of those reds and left the 8 alone, it would have been better.
Yeah, because he doesn't want land on the right hand side of the red as we look at the table, does he? But there's more traffic to the left.
Yeah.
So what he may end up playing is sort of just leave himself on the straight and maybe try top off the bottom rail.
Obviously played on it here. Clever.
He's got a choice of 2 here by the looks of it. So whatever he feels better with. He's got a big margin to land in here, but they're going this route.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's hard to believe. That really is. I mean, I thought if he was going to miss it, he was going to miss it on the straight side of the pocket, but he missed that very wide. Have another look at this.
Seemed to be a bit of body movement on the shot, didn't there?
It's one of the easiest balls I think I've ever seen Declan miss. I was thinking if he hits centre pocket there with pace, is the yellow in the triangle area a problem for him? But that's why I thought he might just try and pinch it on the straight side of the pocket just to make sure he had the gap and gets the middle of the table. But
yeah.
I mean, he kind of well, got it all wrong. So that's more mistakes in this match than the match they had in Morocco last year.
Terrible standards.
They have already played this year. Played in the second Pro Series event of the year. Obviously Declan got the win. He's got, every time they've played with Ultimate Paul, he's got the victory.
He's fine. make sure. He's perfect, isn't he? That's all Tom can do is any mistake that Declan makes, just punish it first opportunity.
And that he has done. Like that. Nothing this time though.
No, and look how the colours have split. Like they've drawn a line down the middle of the table.
Yeah.
And just parted the ways.
You go on one side, you go on the other. He'll take the colour set that is in on his side of the table.
That ball's in play.
So Declan's going to have a choice of either. So once he clears these reds, he's got to land on a plant, or he's going to land on the left-hand side of the table to take the bottom red into the bottom right corner pocket. Depends on how set the plant is.
Looks pretty good if he gets right behind it, which he is.
It's probably better to take it now he's on it.
And then leave one down there. Just for a second I thought he'd overdone the cue ball, but he's just pulled up, he's okay.
Just use a side rail on this shot and bring the cue ball off it and back across. Just needs to make sure he gets a good cue ball on this and take care.
Straight would have been good. This is just a slightly fiddly one.
I just think he might just play for come between the gap of the two.
Beautiful. Well, there you go. He's not let the previous mistake get into his mind. He's just worked out a nice pattern, come up with a finish, and he's back up and running again. Second frame on the board for Declan. Brennan.
Most times.
Didn't seem to hit them so well. Yeah, this might not be a legal break. 3-point rule. He definitely potted one. He needs 2 balls to go past the centre line. 1, 2. He's okay. He's fine. It's not a great split for him, but it is a legal break.
Just going to play safe off this first shot and not take anything off the table. So, depends on how Tom feels. He may have a stab at these. Play the red into the bottom right first shot and leave yourself a natural angle to pot a red and go into the cluster. But there's plenty of work to do.
Stay for call.
Well, not a good piece of cueing from Tom Cousins. Almost a deceleration on that one. You don't see that from Tom very often. Bit jabby. maybe just mistimed it. He was trying to drag it in, I think, or play a sort of controlled stun shot.
I think in a way though it might work out, because it's one of them finishes where Declan knows he's going to have a go at him, but it's certainly not a gimme. So play the plant, and with the ball off the plant to leave yourself the angle to go into the yellow and the 8 ball on the right hand side.
Call.
No, not to be. Yellows are tough though for Tom.
Really too much on for Tom.
What's he spotted then?
He's going for these. He's going to double the yellow and play another double on the 8 ball if he gets it. It's not too bad. I think Declan is going to have to come up with something.
Touching the 8 ball doesn't mean anything.
Not really quite sure what the right shot is to play. Is it just a container, just to sort of just roll the red down and sort of say to Tom, you have a go at them?
Worth the gamble. Just play the loss of turn. You're going to leave yellows on. It's a tough layout for yellows.
Yeah, would you play the loss of turn as he is now, or is he?
No, I was thinking the cue ball. The benefit of going this way is that it wants the red to at least block the yellow and slow him down a visit.
Loss of turn.
Just tried to get creative. Knew he was going to be leaving a ball on, but didn't feel like he had a safety.
I think he's gambled a little bit and just said to Declan, you have a go at them.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So, be tempted to play this one, but the cue ball hit the side rail and then into the red rather than straight into it.
No good. Tied the 8 ball up.
Maybe just okay to be able to take it up to the top right pocket.
Big 8 ball coming up then.
Yeah, he couldn't have put the cue ball any better though.
Oh, very good. How about that for power?
And it's that power that's essentially got that last ball rolling.
Yeah.
Most other breaks would have finished 5 seconds ago. The balls would have stopped 5 seconds ago.
Extension call.
You expect him to get these yellows.
Just so many balls gone into the top half though. It's quite congested.
Yellow ball's in play.
It is, but because the yellows sort of do connect well with each other, and the 8 ball, even though it looks tied up, it does go in the left centre. Initially looks like a bit of a routine clearance for Tom.
That was not the plan. Flick the yellow, didn't want to.
Has he made him into a plant into the middle?
That's what he's checking. It looks like it's on the jaw to me, the top jaw as we look. Hard to tell though. You have to say he was a bit fortunate to knock that into a plant. Declan would have been straight down the line of it, so he'd have known straight away. But they still not come out kindly. He still has plenty of work.
No, and he's so the middle one of the 3 yellows, he's going to try to clip that into the pocket, but he's got to be careful to make sure he doesn't hit the other yellow and knock it to the bottom rail, which is, he may be on a double, is he?
No, not to be.
And Dax in complete control here, and he could be looking for a loss of turn.
Loss a turn, you'd think?
Yeah, play the loss of turn, but the way, because the yellow's not directly over the pocket, he doesn't want to leave a big bag on there, like for the 2 balls to plant.
Loss of turn.
So that's fine. It's not really too much what Tom can do here.
Oh, thank you.
Tom scored foul on himself there for not hitting a cushion.
Time running.
I thought it looked okay from
Yeah, that was definitely a Tom call. I think it would have had to go to the VAR, but Tom's called it instantly. Another loss of turn for Declan. Just having to be patient, really, to earn the chance to actually go and win the frame. Oh, Tom. Step one. What have you got now? That was lovely.
What else can he bring out of his locker?
Oh, no. It won't fall. I thought it was in all the way. Oh, what an effort from Tom Cousins. This was the original beautiful shot, but look what he was left. And oh, did he overcut the 8-ball? Or did it just hit the top jaw? I thought it was in the centre of the pocket the whole way, actually. I think it just grazed the top jaw. We'll have another look at that one in a second as well, but Declan has a wide open chance to go 2 clear here. I'd like to have been a little bit closer to this one. No. Yeah, frustration. Second ball. Okay, it's not an absolutely horrendous miss, but it's one you expect Declan Brennan to make, and the second one of those in the match. I think it probably did. Just a fraction. Didn't quite hit this one as well as he can. In terms of the control of the cue ball, there's still plenty of power there.
The yellows, they look like a Christmas tree on the over.
Yeah. They've spread into a pattern. Looks almost like somebody set up the training drill badly. Causes extension because the beeps came in just as he was about to play a key shot. This is arguably trickier than the one he's just missed. Oh. We might have to revisit our conversation about the pockets. That was further away than the one that Tom missed on the 8-ball.
It's an angle. Perfect. So he's just going to trap the cue ball down the middle of the Christmas tree. It's perfect. This would have been just what Declan ordered after missing that ball in the last frame.
Yeah, take the positives. Yeah, mentally, he's dealt with missing a bad ball and moved on. He can't think like this, but can't help but feel, things play differently if different things happen out there. Of course, there's no guarantee he makes the break clearance if he makes that. Try again.
Look at the reds. Just pot this one and get the cue ball over to the left-hand side of the table, and then they literally all connect.
Red ball's in play.
I'm going to play on for the top one of the 2 reds that are stuck together. JMO would have knocked these in.
Steady on. Was a nice layout though. Pretty much plain sailing once he'd got rid of the one at the top right and landed down the table. Everything pretty much there. He will have tougher chances in this match. You've got to take whatever comes your way.
Right.
His turn to be dry.
Yeah, and it's another sort of gettable finish. I think as we look, the bottom three reds connect where you would go bottom left, right middle, left middle, and then the 8 ball in the left middle. So it's about working
Extension
the
call.
pattern to get towards them.
Red balls in play.
So while you're on him, would you take the one that's on the top rail now, because or
It depends, because he could just open up the right centre here. Oh, he's going to go up to get on it better. I was thinking if he just dropped it in, but dropped it in off the yellow, then having lots of angle there when he tracks down the table, it will then have plenty of options. In terms of the red in the middle of the table would go in there, the red below the 8 ball would go in there. Obviously he's always going to have the one over the bottom left corner, and you feel that you've got margin then to track down the table. But Tom chose to screw right the way up and land on the better on the red, and it's forced the miss.
yeah, and I think, like you say, Dex contemplating just rolling this one in and taking a thin cut on the yellow. Play it up as well as he could, and ultimately you'll feel that this shot here is effectively the 8 ball.
Disaster.
Time run.
And again, it just keeps Tom in touch in the match. Like, if Declan had taken them out to be 6-3, could have been 7-2.
Yeah, and it's one of those as well, because it was a mistake from Tom in the matches or in the frame as well. And if you don't let Tom off and he gets back within 1, he'll be the happier of the 2 players, even though he's behind. Big missed opportunity from Declan Brennan.
Tom nearly ran out of time there. And he doesn't like playing too quick, does he?
No, he likes to have a nice floaty rhythm around the table. Not one for having to move too quickly out there.
So he's just play this one, and then, as we said, the bottom one of the 2 reds to the right centre, then the left. Make sure you got an angle to play the 8 ball into the same left centre. So we just try and land the cue ball effectively where you see the line on the table.
Back within one. Declan just going to pop away from the arena. Change of break, cut break it is.
You called it.
Yeah, he's got arguably the biggest break in the world, and he's cut breaking. And he's cut breaking well, as well as it's an excellent break, it really is.
It's a good plan B weapon, isn't it?
It is, not bad.
Extension call. Red ball's in play.
Okay, so it's a finish you expect him to get. Just got to be careful with the cue ball. So would you have the red that's towards the bottom left hand to the table as your last ball, and use the one by the 8 ball to get up for it?
Depends how easy it is to get on the 1 by the 8 ball, doesn't it? For me.
You may play for get on the one to the left now and come down the table. There you go. It's just come too far slightly.
Yeah, sort of tells us that the 1 by the 8 ball is absolutely no problem at all. The plan was bottom left and right centre. Oh, didn't want the flick. More trouble for Tom Cousins.
I don't think he can. Can he play cushion first and try and pop the one down the rail? It's tough.
Well, that's what he tried. So another chance goes for Tom Cousins. So already hasn't been flawless from both here. There is mistakes on both sides of the table, but they've just got to keep plodding along, try and eliminate them as much as possible. Good news for Tom Cousins here is that the 8 ball doesn't go top left,
Extension call.
making it a real problem. Well, I say it doesn't go, he's having an extended look at it.
He's also got the yellow to the right that's stuck on the rail. It's not an easy ball to get to develop. You see, he did hit the yellow, but it sort of rocked back onto the rail, didn't it?
Yeah, didn't quite pop open as he wanted.
Pop this and just try and give it a slight nudge.
Another good look at the 8 ball here. So I think he believes it goes.
Doesn't want it drop.
If it's that tight, you have to question whether there's a better way to go.
By the looks, I think that angle I've just seen, I think it does go.
Yeah. Another check of it.
Imagine if it doesn't go now.
Yeah. It went comfortably. Didn't even hit the jaw. That's a good one from Declan.
He's certainly found that break, hasn't he? And it might be interesting to see what Tom does next. Will he stick with the cut break, even though he missed the finish? Or will he look at see what Dec's doing and break from the side but with the front ball?
It's one of those breaks, though, that if you haven't practiced it's not. I don't think you should. It takes a bit of getting used to. You're sort of coming across that front ball so much.
Yellow ball's in play.
So for this type of finish, would you sort of play to develop the yellow that's just above the red, or land on a double for it?
I think the double for me. What about you?
Dependent on the angle that. So if I can get an angle on the one over the middle pocket after this shot, to just nudge it out and be on the other middle.
As long as you're not nudging it into the red, that's what would worry me. Yeah, Declan's thinking of the double. You see him line it up there.
I think a lot of it also depends on how you're feeling. Like at this stage with Deck 6-4 up, he wants to guarantee himself a chance at the finish. So playing on the double guarantees you that go, and maybe just doesn't want that to sort of go the cue ball into the red too much, so just got to be careful here.
Very nicely played. Seven, 4.
Yeah, from if you deck Brennan and you see Tom Cousins cut breaking on you, I think it gives you a massive boost as well.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he is cut breaking well, though, isn't he? I mean, that's 2 great cut breaks.
Yeah, but they're just not easy finish, are they?
No, it feels like there's more work on them than his front ball can be. I know it's still, there's 25 minutes to go in this match and it's a race to 10. I just feel right now this is a big chance for Tom Cousins. I just feel if he makes a mistake here and leaves the Reds to mop up for Declan, all of a sudden 8-4 in the break, and you can almost start to see the finish line. Break clear to go 9-4, and then it's a long way. So I just think it's important for Tom to get one on the board here.
Yeah, I'm just wondering about this puzzle on the 3 yellows that are sort of close together. How you develop them.
I wonder whether if you got on the one on the cushion, you drop that in, and you've got, I think the yellow goes through the gap of them all to right centre. depending on the angle you get, that could open them up. But I think Tom's going to go a different way. He's not tried to get straight in on the, or straighter in on the one on the cushion.
Could he look to play the one down the rail and see where the yellow and the red are together? Sort of use that as your area to hit.
Yeah.
So he'll be guaranteed to be on one of them to the middle then.
Yeah, he's looking at the idea of what I was talking about a minute ago. So the middle one of those three passes the red to the right centre, and can he just bump into the yellow, or the yellow and red? And you'll be on the other yellow, either up the table or into the centre, and hopefully you've developed the awkward one. I feel like you've got to make sure that you hit the yellow rather than the red. If you slide by the yellow and hit the red full in the face, you could be on nothing.
And the fact he was down, the way he was looking at that doesn't suggest it like goes comfortably.
He has developed it. It's just a bit congested still.
He's taking this into the top pocket. Great shot.
That was a brilliant shot.
In the context of the match, to stay in it effectively as well.
Yeah, I mean, what I was saying at the beginning of the chance, it felt like such an important frame for Tom Cousins to put on the board. And, well, there it is, on the board. Cue ball, that's unfortunate.
But the balls have just gone in a bit of a mess. So Tom would have wanted to come to the table with Rowlands, and
in real time I thought he was unfortunate to have the cue ball into that top corner, but amazing on the replay there, it actually went in direct, it didn't get touched by anything. I've lots of spin on the ball. He just sort of arced between two balls on the way through, just to tease him as well.
so I think Tom's looking at sort of a plant to open everything up.
Being very delicate with the cue ball, he's got to make sure over 50% is behind the line.
Yeah, his cue's going to be high up in the area as well.
Hasn't fully opened up for him, it's left one in there.
Yeah, but he's got the perfect angle now to sort of. He can either do it two ways: go into the red or drop in the gap. I think I would probably try and.
He's found the gap. He's actually nudged it on. It does now go to the top left. He's got a slightly awkward ball to the bottom left. He's actually okay here. That could have gone worse.
Yeah, he's just got to make this one good pot, hasn't he? And the cue ball come round for give him an option of different balls, so it's just concentrate on the pot. There you go, he's in pole position now. And again, you touched on it earlier, that it's that first shot or something of the frame when he's at. Not many people would see that plant straight away.
Yeah, the shot that can open it all up in one shot or make it easy.
Perfect. It's most certainly game on, because it's now going to be 7-6, and effectively we're now on. We'll be on break soon.
Yeah, Yeah, and it could be, you know, standard Tom Cousins break clearance, and we could be all square.
I've just given commentator's curse.
Yeah, you have indeed.
But there's not really. Declan can only put a yellow, and
Yellows aren't good.
no.
Reds aren't great, to be honest. The red right at the top of the table is awkward, but better than the yellows.
See, this is the type of
Attention call.
frame where sometimes, you know, when you come to the table and you're just like,
You don't know
you don't
what-
want to do, right?
Yeah. Got to try and convince yourself, especially, I guess it's harder when you're playing great players as well. You've got to just try and convince yourself that don't chase one here. Just, yeah, no attempt to pot that from Declan. He's just talked himself out of it, just said, you know what, there's no point. You pot 2 or 3 yellows there, all of a sudden those reds are wide open and you're behind in the frame, and he's done well to just control himself and just play a little delicate one.
So I'm just going to sort of play the yellow at the bottom of the table and leave the cue ball behind the 2 that are stuck together.
Extension call.
Yeah. We'll just... Yes. It's not really a lot on for him. He doesn't want to disturb the red that's in between the 2 yellows because... It's fine. No. There's only so many times he could nudge this yellow and not pot it.
Yeah, they've done. I've been quite impressed with the 2 shots they've played, actually. Surely this time it's got to fall in. Yeah.
And Declan's fuming because not only has he potted the yellow and he didn't want to be on the call set, he's just opened up the pocket for where the bad red was.
Yeah. There must have been a better option shot. They just couldn't see how that wasn't going to fall in.
Yeah, so you could almost argue to say, open up the 2 yellows at the bottom and just say to Tom, if you get the reds, fair enough, but you've got to play a shot to bring out your bad one.
Yeah.
And if you don't get it, then yeah, I've now got an
But
opportunity.
now you've got the opportunity, yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure. When it's hanging on the lip there, I just don't see how you can hit it and not drop it in.
We're almost... We're odds on now to be heading into this as 7-all. It's been played at a good pace, the match, so I don't think there's any concerns of it potentially going to a 6 red. 5th.
Yeah, what we got? Just under 17 minutes. It would take a drawn-out frame, wouldn't it, to slow this down? Although Tom's not happy there. He wanted to be in line. He wanted to be straight in on the red top right.
Yeah, he had to...
That's a poor shot. To be that far off, because now he can't get on the one at the top of the table without moving the cue ball quite a long way.
Yeah, does he come, like you say, come off across the side rail and back across?
Well, that'll do. Use the 8 ball.
He may want to pot this and sort of use the yellow to hold, but he's got to be careful that he doesn't put the yellow in front of the 8 ball. So he play it at a decent pace. I think he's got away with one.
Oh, he's had a right touch. Oh, huge piece of luck for Tom Cousins. Lands straight in into the opposite middle. He was playing for the left-hand middle, not the right. And quickly knocks the next couple in. Declan's going to walk away from the arena.
That's a great break. And just what the doctor ordered. Look at them.
Love that little nod of the head, yeah, by Declan saying, yeah, happy, that will do. The cue ball was starting to arc into that middle pocket as well, but huge power.
He's effectively already said to himself, just these will go. Give me 2 more of them, I've won the match.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Two more of them and you win the match.
Red ball's in play.
2 more of them, you win the match, and there's nothing that Tom Cousins can do about it. But if you're the one breaking first and you make the break clearance, you're the one that can. Now it's the pressure will be on Tom to respond, and if you get a chance on his break, then it's a bonus.
Extension call.
Yeah, so it's just perfect here to just draw that back slightly and then take the red into the bottom right and just give himself an angle to use the cue ball off the side rail. Just like that, so just stun off the side rail and back out.
Job done for Declan Brennan. First break clearance.
Look at them.
He does hit that cut break incredibly well, in all fairness to him.
He lost the cue ball there quite a bit, but I'm surprised he's not taking reds.
Yeah, I was thinking red straight away. He likes the yellows. I suppose the yellows aren't bad either. There's a little bit of a stretch for this one. I'm assuming you can pot the one nearest the left centre pocket.
Yellow ball's in
Oh,
play.
is it a plant into the opposite middle? Just had a little glance as he was walking around, but it doesn't look like it.
Is it?
So that might have been just an attempt to move those 2 yellows and just open them up a little bit. The reds didn't really need any work, did they? They all dropped in.
Yeah.
I know you've got to get kind of left side, right side, but then it weren't that challenging to do that. He had an easy opener. I was with you. For me, red's there.
The outside one of the 2 yellows that are stuck together does go in the bottom left, which would then open up the other one. But so on this shot, does he go for play the cannon here? So he's landed in the gap, so now we'll be playing on the outside one of the 3 yellows towards the left. It's fine until you pop this run through.
Yeah, this one drops in. It's pretty much job done as long as he lands on the one to opposite middle, pretty much straight, or turn short or straight would be fine. Absolutely perfect.
Like you said, over to you, Declan.
break.
Great response from Tom Cousins. 8-8. We're down to a best of 3. Parks the cue ball. Needs a ball. Oh, it gets kicked out the way. It's dry. Disgust.
Yeah, I think that red does go in the left centre without the need to develop it.
Yeah, I think they. I think you're right. Right now, Declan Brennan is hoping that he gets another shot in this match.
So, obviously the way the table is now, Declan's probably sat there thinking, obviously Tom's going to clear these. Do the mistakes from earlier in the match start creeping into Declan's mind, thinking, I should be on 10 by now?
You'd like to think, the way he is at the moment, that might not happen till he's on the flight home.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, few mistakes in this match that you feel Declan could have been out of sight in. Probably made a couple more mistakes than Tom. Tom's not been flawless, but you just feel, it's been a high standard game. You just feel that Declan's maybe made 1 or 2 more. Assuming that red does go in the middle as you talked about, then he's in perfect position here. He's short, looks to the skies. He wanted to be straight in, he's not.
I think the way he's got to play this now, he's got to leave an angle on the red, which means he's going to end up with a trickier 8-ball than what he'd hoped. So he's just got to take his medicine here and sort of...
Oh, cool. Might use the yellow, yeah.
Good shot.
Use the top side of the yellow to get right behind the 8-ball. Actually worked out okay for Tom. He played the previous shot well, really killed the cue ball without getting too close to it. And he's made a ball, the rattle that Declan Brennan did not want to hear.
No, but then it's not a finish though.
Extension call.
Doesn't look like there's anything there for Tom to clear up.
Trying to get the yellow in front of the 8-ball and make it horrible. Not quite, in terms of if he gets that really awkward and blocking the red as well, then you're kind of thinking, can he run the clock down?
Yeah, and I think he's also saying to Declan, you have a go at yellows, please.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably, I think he's attempted the pot there, but
Yeah,
I think
of course.
that's a result for him. So Tom's having a free.
Yellow ball's in play.
Got high on the yellow to left centre as well, so he can come down and try and do some developing work.
Yeah, do you think he'll play any sort of loss of turn on the plant down the rail or anything, or?
I think it's probably the right way to go.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, that couldn't come out better. It's developed one of the 3, but it's left him the plumb angle to develop the other 2. I was with you though, and I know that he had the perfect angle to develop there, but if he'd just dropped that in, played the loss of turn, he's playing the match, isn't he? The only way he, in the moment, with the yellow over that top corner, causing some issues as well, you just get the sense that the worst thing he can do is chase the finish. So that's come out okay for him.
Yeah, he's definitely favourite for this now. There's not really a lot for Declan to go at here. I'm surprised to see him.
Well, he's just worried about the clock, isn't he? He's thinking it may be a really low percentage finish here, but he's got to find a way.
On the double? No.
He's a little short. He's straighten it. Just play the loss of turn. Beautiful shot.
Great shot.
Really important that Tom Cousins gets out of this snooker. Cue ball in hand. There is room for Declan to be delicate and open up and play the red.
The yellows plant in the middle if he comes off the cushion first. But Tom didn't want to disturb.
Oh, it's a great hit, isn't it? And the right smile for Declan because he's left him no angle to do anything here.
Cross double. Top.
Oh, he's got just enough angle. Oh, if he catches it just that shade thicker and stays on it.
Is he going with the cushion first? Try and pot it into the middle. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow, I thought that was in one minute he hit it. What we got left? 4 minutes left. Tom still has to get out or play some good snookers or a good safety here. It's not just run the clock. He's got too long. That's a great shot. That's a... Well, I was about to say that's a match winner, but if he's not on this yellow to bottom right, maybe it's not. Maybe it's going to have to be another big pot coming up. He is on it. Oh no. Wow, he nearly missed the ball completely. The 15 seconds never fails. It never fails.
And this is a big shot now, but he can play it with an element of safety and just roll it in dead weight.
Oh, great shot. That is a match winner. Fascinating match, this one. But it is the #1 player, Tom Cousins, that gets over the line and knocks out Declan Brennan. Tom Cousins is into another final.